Hey everyone, for those of you who don't know, my name is Michael Talento, and for those of you who do know, you're probably familiar with the struggle, with the battle that my family has been facing for over 10 years now. Back when I was around 10 years old, 11 years old, my family was informed that my mother had been diagnosed with breast cancer. And back then when I was that young, I never truly understood the severity of cancer. I didn't really understand what it was. All I knew, the only impression myself and my siblings too, younger brother, younger sister, that the only impression we had is that, my mom was sick and she was going to get better. My parents did a really good job at staying positive and, letting us know that nothing was going to happen. So we never really had that ideology that anything bad was possible. And fortunately, she did get healthy. She did beat it. She decided to do the traditional route, followed the doctor's instructions and did aggressive chemotherapy and radiation. And over a course of time, she was announced cancer-free. Very awesome, very positive for our family. And like I said, it was a great moment. Coming from an Italian culture, an Italian family, we're raised and brought up that family is everything. And my mom is a huge, huge reason for that. She's the staple in our family. And so without her, this family just wouldn't operate the same. And that's how we all feel. So like I said, it was great news back then, for her to be able to beat it. She's such a strong woman. There was never really any doubt. Fast forwarding now to 2014, I was actually in Arizona going to college, and one night I had gotten a call from my parents, and they had informed me that my mother's cancer that she had originally beaten had came back. But not only came back as breast cancer, it actually had came back and had metastasized from her breast into her bone. And so she was diagnosed with stage 4 metastasized breast cancer. And what that meant is the cancer had spread from her breast into over 14 different areas within her bone, some of them being her spine, her skull, her femur, her hip, multiple ribs, multiple areas. And so that was a very, very scary moment, and unfortunately, there's no cure. There's nothing out there that the doctors had that would actually cure her disease. It was more the sense of just trying to manage. And just like last time, she decided to listen to the doctors and take the traditional route. They were giving her, different supplements to suppress her hormones, to try and, moderate the growth of the cancer, and like I said, just try and manage it at this point. But over time, they weren't really doing anything. She started to feel worse. Her test results were coming back worse in the sense of, the cancer was spreading, the tumors were getting bigger. It caused us to look elsewhere. One thing about our family is we weren't going to give up. There was no such idea as giving up. It was to just find a different route, find something that would work. And over time, she had tried different things and looked at the alternative way of approaching it. And about 6 months ago, we had stumbled across a cancer center up in Irvine, California, and she made the jump and made the adjustments to go. She started traveling 2 hours to Irvine almost every day to see the doctors, to get tested, to start their treatments that they were giving her. They had recommended tons of different things from, to a bunch of supplements to be taking on a daily basis. I think, they were giving her, recommending like 80 pills a day of just different vitamins, different things to boost her immune system, different things that were really good for her case scenario. Vitamin C treatments, through IV, and tons, hyperbaric chamber, like tons and tons of different treatments to help fight. Her test results have come back extremely positive. We've never seen this type of decretion of the cancer, the circulating cells, the size of the tumors that we've seen now. And it's been beyond relieving to finally have found something that we can trust and we can put our faith in, and finally something that's working. But unfortunately, with these alternative methods, nothing is covered by insurance. Everything that she's been doing up until this point has been out of pocket. And as you can imagine, doing these treatments almost daily is very, very, very expensive, especially for an average family household. And it's come to the point to where we can't afford it anymore, in the sense of, money we've spent in the form of credit that we've had to taken out in order to continue the treatments. And it's come to the point where we won't be able to continue doing it much longer. My mom won't be able to continue getting these treatments much longer because of financial situations. So we decided to put this together so there is that chance of continuing her treatments and continuing the hope that we have for her to beat this thing. She, like I said, she doesn't even really know about this. I mean, she probably does now, but when bringing the idea of fundraising for her, it was not an option. She was totally against it. If you know her, there's no one out there who would not agree that she is probably one of the most genuine and caring and loving people on this planet. There's not many people like her. And so for her to be having to battle and fighting what she's doing and going through what she's going through, to me, it's not fair. So I appreciate everybody taking the time and watching this video. If you can't donate, that's no worries at all. Please just do me a favor, do our family a favor, and just share our story. That would be so much appreciated. So thank you guys again.